Hello, friends. This is the Thinning of the Veil podcast, but I'm jumping in really quick on the Gathering Academy right before Colette really teaches us about family groups to remind everyone that if you are trying to glean all the information you can from this, you will need to watch the Gathering Academy videos as Colette really goes over in detail on her video screen how to navigate all of the family search changes and everything that goes along with doing temple and family history work. How you access that is just a reminder is that in this link and in every link of every video in the bottom in the description, there is the link. The first link that you see is the one to the video version of this file. For those of you who do not have access to YouTube, it is also available on Spotify. That video just gets uploaded a little bit further on in the day than the YouTube version. So those are the two options for you to be able to watch this. Hopefully that helps. And I will turn the time again over to the masterful Colette and her teachings about family groups and how that benefits you and helps you move your work and temple experiences forward. We'll see ya. Bye.
Hello, welcome to Wales. Just kidding. I wish I was there. This is actually a photo. I decided to put this as my background photo. I thought it'd be a little more interesting than the blank wall. But if I move over just a little bit, you can see over in the back right there is Penpont. This is the estate where my husband's, probably 10th great grandfather built, and then his descendants lived there. And if you watched the Thinning of the Veil, I think episode 37 or 38, I shared a little bit about the miracles that happened at this place. This is one of my favorite photos. Whenever I have to go to a happy place, this is where I go. Right behind me, you can see some stone wall, and that's a bridge that goes over this beautiful river. It's just the most serene place in the world. And so I thought I would share it with you. Today, we're going to talk about family groups. I ran into a sister this last week at Education Week, and she was so anxious to be able to find out about family groups. And I know it's been on the docket for us to talk about. So what is a family group and why would you want to do it? So there's several reasons. Family groups allow you to be able to share temple names so that you don't have to be printing them off, cutting them up, putting them in an envelope, and mailing them to somebody. You have the ability to put names in there, and then you invite other family members. You can have up to 500 members in a family group. You could do it for your ward. Let's say you want your relief society to all get together and help each other on getting names done. You can create one so that you all can help do that. It pulls from it when you do Ordinances Ready. If you don't have some of your own names, it will go to that next before it goes to those that are shared with the temple. So it's a great way to share so that your family member or your friend, whoever's part of this group, they can go in and they can choose those names and they can print them at the temple or they can print them in their home. And it saves you extra steps, and it saves somebody having to try and connect up with you before they go to the temple. Another great reason for the family groups is it allows you to create a group that's private so that you can share photos of living people with many of your family members. So what I was running into is I was scanning and uploading a bunch of pictures of my mom and my dad when my dad was alive, and nobody else could see them but me. Has any of you had that same problem? So when you create a family group and you invite others to be a part of that group, any pictures that any member of the group adds to FamilySearch that are attached to living, and then they allow them to be a part of this family group, they are able to see it. So it's really, really nice way to do that. There's also some other interactive ways that you can connect. So some little quizzes. You can share stories. This morning I was helping my mom add a whole list of all of their posterity with the birth dates, so that she didn't have to mail it to everyone. She had printed everything off, but once we did this, she thought, I don't even have to mail this to everybody. It's right here. And so they now have access, and it's a digital copy, which is so much nicer when there's a chance of papers getting lost. None of us need more paper. So I'm going to share my screen And we'll share screen, share entire screen. All right, so I'm going to go to FamilySearch and I'm going to go to the main page. So on this main page, you can see there's Temple up here in this top bar. And if I go down, I can see family groups here. This will take me to the family groups that I've created. I tested it out and it did not give me the option. I don't know why, if it's because I've already created groups. But it wasn't allowing me to create a new group. But if you go over to Family Tree, you can also see family groups down here. So I'm clicking on Family Groups. And when you first start, you're going to have nothing down here. You can create up to 10 different groups. So you could have one for different sides of the family. You could do one for your young woman or your Relief Society. Whatever works well for you. If you're in a YSA group, you could have a YSA if you are like, let's all work together to help each other get family done. You can also add, you can add a picture of whoever's in the family. I've done that for several of them. This was a group that we created with a friend we met in Sweden, and with the temple closing, she wasn't able to go to get the work done. And so she was able to add the names for us, and then we were able to help take them to the temple. They're still working on her temple. So the closest one for her to go to is either in Finland or in Denmark, but Denmark's way further for her to go. So that was just a creative way that we did that. So the first thing you're going to do is say create group. You'll make a group name. So I'm just going to, let's see, we're just going to call it the test group because this is just for you. And then you can put a description. And so you can just say, to help each other gather Israel, something like that. And then you could just say, who it is in your group. And if you need to have code of conduct, you can put that. I haven't done that for any of my family. And then allow this group to share ordinances. A question you might have is if a non-member is part of your group, will they see the ordinances? They will not. So you could create a group that with family members that aren't members, and they will only see the pictures and the stories and the things that you put on there of living people. Let's say you have a family reunion and want to share the pictures with everybody that came to the reunion. You can add them to this group, and then they will be able to see all of the photos. And then you click allow this group to work together in a family group tree. You have the option to add that or not, and I'm going to say yes. And then just read this little disclaimer that you are going to be able to send messages, share family memories, and work together. And if you choose to share personal information within that group, you confirm that you have the right to do so. And then you just agree, and then you can create the group. So once the group is created, the next part is you're going to invite people. I guess really the next step, it's wanting us to do this. That in my mind, that was the next thing. So you will choose the living people that you have on your tree, and you just check all of those that you want. And then once you've done that, then you say copy to group. So the ones that were up at the top, those are the deceased people. And so then once you've done that, you will go back to your test group. Here's my test group. And I'm going to come back here to the main page. Maybe, let's see. I want to take you back. I'm going to go up here. We're going to go to, it's a little bit touchy to deal with, but you're going to come on here. And now I have all of these groups. Here's my test group. And I have no reservations in here. I can add reservations to this test group, to my group, from my reservations list right here. So if I go to my reservations, I can click on this one right here and see how all of a sudden when I checked it, see how this is all gray? When I click on it, it turns blue and it gives me some options. I can print or I can share, and I'm going to share, and I'm going to say share with group. So then I will choose the test group, and I'm sending that over to share with group. So now it's in that group. I haven't invited anybody to be a part of that group yet. So I'm going to go to the test group, and I'm going to view the group. When I come on this, I can see this is the basic view. here I could add a picture, so I can upload an image and put that in there. And so you want to make sure that the image is on your computer. I can see what reservations I have in the group, and I should see, I think that was Bull. Yep, there's Bull. So she's in here. So I'm going to go back. And what I want to do now is I'm the only group member, so this doesn't do me very much good. So I'm going to say invite. And those you invite won't be able to view the tree unless you have already added their tree person into the family group tree. So I need to go back to the tree, add them in there as a living person, and then they will be able to see them. So then I'll say continue. And then you copy this link right here. And now that that invite link is copied, then I can go to my messages or to my email. I paste that in and I send that to them. And then once they agree, then a message should come up. This is the last time I invited somebody, so I'll have to test it out. You let me know if it didn't work this way. As you know, the engineers are always working on things and it could change. But once they've agreed, once they've clicked on accept and I will be a part of this group, then when you come back in here, you will have the option. There will be a little box and you will accept them into the tree. So you make an invite, they accept the invite, and then you finalize it by welcoming them into the group. You can, over here on the right, you can message the entire group. So you could say, we've got some names in here that are ready. I just added some new names. Would you, next time you are going to the temple, grab some? You can edit the group. So I can click on this and I can change the name of the title or the group description. I can leave the group. And since I'm the creator of it, if I leave the group, I will basically be getting rid of the group. So make sure all of the names are out of there before you say leave. You can set this as your preferred tree. So if I set this as my preferred tree, over here on the left, you can see there's all of these groups. It would always show up as the main tree when I come in here. I have it set right now that this FamilySearch tree is my main tree. That's what I always go to. But you could set it as your preferred tree. And then you can, let's see, and I have my living person on there as the starting. You can change the starting person if you wanted somebody else to be the starting person. Just remember that if you need any help, you can click here on this family group trees. So that's how you start doing that. I would invite you to create a group. Invite somebody to be a part of that group and then test it out. And then would you make a comment and let me know if you have any questions about this or if you have any problems. Just remember, I set up my groups several years ago. And so I would love to get feedback if there has been anything that has changed or if you're having glitches, and then we can address it next week. So remember, as President Nelson has said, eat your vitamin pills, get some rest, and then practice this every day. Just touch FamilySearch every day, whether it's on your phone or on your computer. You will have great success if you will just be diligent about being involved and being in this. This is such a great work, and I'm so happy that you came to join us. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. We're going to share a little bit about attaching records and how do you know and how do you decide whether this person is your family member or not. So until next time, practice, and we will see you soon.